जय हिंद एवरीवन, आई विवेक पांडे, वेलकम बैक इन टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस। आज की वीडियो काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि इस वीडियो में एक प्रेजेंटेशन दी है हमारे ऑनलाइन कैंडिडेट ने, जिसका नाम है प्रतोष, हु इज़ प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर हिज नेवी 10+2 टेक्निकल एंट्री। प्रेजेंटेशन का टॉपिक है कावेरी वाटर डिस्प्यूट। दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक एंड न्यूज़ में भी है, तो ये प्रेजेंटेशन आप सभी के काफ़ी काम आएगी। इस वीडियो के अंत तक ज़रूर देखें, यू विल लर्न अ लॉट। एंड अगर आप भी अपना स्पोकन पार्ट इंप्रूव करना चाहते हैं, नॉलेज पार्ट इंप्रूव करना चाहते हैं, लुकिंग फॉर अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेर यू कैन प्रैक्टिस टिल योर SSB टू get recommended in your upcoming SSB, then my dear friends, let me tell you one thing, you are the right place. Just provide your details in the given WhatsApp number, rest we will take care of. Join kare and be the next AIR1. Must watch the video. Today is Cauvery Water Dispute and this presentation is being presented by Pratosh, who is preparing for his TES entry. So Pratosh, you can start please.
Good evening, friends. Today's topic
You're not
is
very much clear, huh? You're not very much clear. And try to speak from the mic, huh?
Good evening, friends. Today's topic is Cauvery Water Dispute, and the reason behind it, and everything will be covered in this presentation. Next slide, sir. We'll be starting with Cauvery River. What is it, and where it started, where its origin from. So Cauvery is actually considered as a holy river in South India, and even in the Puranas and mythological places, there have been the seven rivers, which are seven holy rivers, in which Kaveri is also there, and it is also devoted as a deity too. And South Indians are having a respect towards it. Talking about the origin of Kaveri, it is in a place called Talakaveri in Brahmagiri mountain ranges of Western Ghats, and it is there in Karnataka. This is starting in Karnataka, and it flows to Tamil Nadu, and it drains to the Bay of Bengal. It is the fourth largest South Indian river, and the main thing is that it is a seasonal river, and the main reasons for the conflict is because of this only. As it is a seasonal river, Kaveri, there is an issue between both the state, which is Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Let me right now explain you about the reasons for the conflict. Everything started like 200 years back when we were under the British rule, and that time we got there were two presidencies, which is the Mysore presidency and the Madras presidency, and the Madras presidency was getting more of water, and Mysore was getting a bit less. This was because the Madras presidency had developed a farming area around the Cauvery River and made the river more for the irrigation and agriculture purpose as compared to the Mysore region. The starting of like before the 200 years back, the the South Indian part of the region were mostly investing in millets and grains. These millets and grains were the main source of crop agriculture there. But after like 200 years back, like when the British started introducing the rice crops, and this floated from the northern part of the country, and basically the biryani and everything was very much attracted to the South Indians, and they started growing the rice plant and also sugarcane. And why is there a problem right now? Because rice and sugarcane is taking a lot of water resource, whereas when you compare to millets and other grains, they take very less water. And the river, when there was a split between the water, the water in the Cauvery River, and after 200 years, when it started increasing, the demand for water started increasing, and the Madras presidency wanted more. And not only the Madras state, as also the other South Indian states started using rice, and it became the staple part of the diet, and they started having a lot of rice. And because of the more consumption of rice, uh, there was more requirement of water. And keep in mind, my friends, it is a seasonal river, and whenever it rains, only we used to get water, and other than that, we will not be getting the water. So that is the reason. Like there was much of water issue there. And another thing, where we have to talk about the construction of the city of Bangalore. Bangalore city was formed about 70 to 80 years back, and it is the Silicon Valley of Asia, which we also know. It is in Karnataka, and The problem here is that when more IT industry started developing and Bangalore city became a IT hub, there were more agglomerization of economies. That is, more industries and more people started shifting to Bangalore. And I would tell you a fact, guys, that is 60% of the people of Bangalore are Tamil people. And they fled from Tamil Nadu and went to Bangalore, and they started using the water. And because it became a very developed city, they started requiring more amount of water. And Tamil Nadu, the regions surrounding the Cauvery region, were not getting water. The farmers were mainly not getting water. Okay. The Bangalore city start also the other thing I would like to mention is Karnataka government started building dams surrounding the Cauvery River, and this was also diverting the river's flow, and the people of Tamil Nadu were not getting that much water as required for their cultivation. Okay, guys. Now let us talk about the history of the river. So when there were two presidencies, as I mentioned before, both were under the British government. One and There were actually periods where we all know the great Vishveshwaraya of Karnataka. He wanted to build dam and help the government of Karnataka, and they wanted to build these dams, but there were a lot of agreements between the states and British Raj as well as the Madras Presidency. They didn't want to build dams and make and create reservoirs there. It would reduce the flow of water coming to Tamil Nadu, and before it reaches the drainage part, that is the sea, all the water would have been used. So this shows the delta region would not be suffice more. So they signed a treaty in 1892. That accord, and 1924 they signed another accord where they mentioned about Tamil Nadu will be getting certain amount of water and Karnataka will be getting a certain amount of water. And this was later implemented in 2018. So I will be mentioning later about it. Uh, Karnataka mostly were not able to follow it because of the rains. They were not getting sufficient rains, and because of that they were more concerned about their state, and they didn't want to give that much of uh, water to our country, water to Tamil Nadu. So and also Madras presidency blocked it from, and has also claimed that they should not build dams. So this was also creating uh, a question mark in the water dispute. Right now, I would like to mention a story where the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.G. Ramachandran, he actually, what happened was that when there was a dispute between both the states, whenever there was dispute, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu used to go and visit Karnataka's Chief Minister, and they used to have a great feast. And after having a great feast, uh, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MGR, he doesn't have water and comes back to his state. So this symbolically shows that we are asking for water and you are denying it. So as he wanted to move in a manner of friendship, so he actually requested for the water in certain way that they were able to give water. And after the term of MGR, and there were like certain changes in political parties, this Kaveri dispute became more of a political problem rather than the states helping each other. And let me talk when the 1990, when the Supreme Court, when Tamil Nadu filed case against Karnataka for not giving the amount of water required, which is 409 TMC, which according to the 1894 and 1924, 1892 and 1924 accord. According to that, Tamil Nadu was about to get 419 TMC, but the on in 1990 when they raised it to the Supreme Court, this was they were allowed to give the water, and Karnataka was forced to give instead, and they had to maintain certain principles for giving water and maintain the accord which was signed previously during the British reign. Uh, and when this was the case, then there were Tamil Nadu people started enjoying, and it was more like Tamil Nadu people were won and Karnataka people had lost. So this created riots across Bangalore as well as Karnataka. The Tamilians in Bangalore as well as Karnataka were thrown away from the place, and more like 20 plus people died, and many like 15,000, 20,000 people from the Mysore's in like Karnataka state came away, and they had to come back to Tamil Nadu. And there were certain processes going again and again, so there was not much surety of Tamilians for living in Karnataka. And finally, in 2007, again the SC approved this order again and made Karnataka to follow the accord. And there were agreements, as both the state government were uh, uh, willing to get the water. And Tamil Nadu, as usual, mentioned in the previous accords, we were getting the same amount of water as well as Karnataka. And again, there were certain disputes again and again. This was basically because of the rainwater. We were not getting sufficient rainwater, and because of that, Karnataka was a bit selfish about their state alone, and they were not able to suffice Tamil Nadu's water request. Okay. Talking about the present scenario, uh, in 2015 to 2016, because the farmers were not able to get water, about 2,000 farmers suicided in both the states. And this was mainly because of the Cauvery region, and they were all these deaths were related to the Cauvery regions in both the states, and this was confirmed by the census. And this shows how pathetic the issue of Cauvery was. And like as these disputes were going again and again, in 2018, again the Supreme Court changed the values and changed the required amount of water going to Tamil Nadu, and it reduced it. It reduced to 404 TMC, and Karnataka and other states were other unit Pondicherry and Kerala were getting the same amount. And so this was happened in 2018, and there was much of the issue went smoothly. Then as I already mentioned, it is a seasonal river and rain is required. In 2022, there was enormous floods in Karnataka, and there was a heavy downpour in Karnataka, and they were flooded with water. So they had to send the rest of the water back to Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu got about 668 TMC, and which was like very much high than what the Karnataka government was which was allotted by the Supreme Court. So they had got 668 TMC in 2022 during the floods of Bangalore, and that time, like that water claimed by Karnataka would be sufficient till August of 2023, and this is what they have mentioned, and they have got through their resources. But according to the Tamil Nadu's request, about 60% of the water which was sent in the previous year, which is 2022, was wasted, and like they were not utilizing it in a proper way. So this showed that Tamil Nadu didn't have a proper water management system, and they were using water in an anonymous way. Okay, coming to the latest news, which happened last week. Uh, CM MK Stalin uh, requested Prime Minister Narendra Modi to advise Karnataka about the water issue, because in the month of June and July, they were not giving water because there was not much rain. It was mainly because there was not much rain and they were not getting water. So actually, these water are sent in monthly basis. Like every month, there will be about 11 to 12 point some certain amount of TMC sent to the particular state, and this is how it is being distributed. But the last 2 months, June and July, they were not getting water. But Karnataka mentioned in their case that as they had already sent the previous year that much amount of water, and which will quench their thirst till August of 2023. They didn't want to like as they were not having water, they were not able to send. And again, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu had raised a query upon this to the Supreme Court and mentioned about the issue that from June 1st to July 31st, they have not gotten water, and right now they are not able to uh, cultivate and harvest their short-term rice crop, and this which is called as Kuruvai in Tamil Nadu, and They were not able to. This is about like 45 days growth of this Kuruvai plant, and they were not able to irrigate it properly. Now, I would like to mention about a country which is Israel and how they use their water resource very wisely. And there was also a dispute between their states, like as they were not getting that much of water. There was dispute between their states, and they found a very unique method which was scientifically proven, and it is being used in widely around every country, which is called as drip irrigation method. This method is being installed in every country right now, which are having water scarcity. So basically, there will be a lot of pipes running around the field, and there will be one drop, one hole in each pipe near the plant, so that drop by drop the plant will be able to get water. And method is going to be is actually installed in India, but it has not been done widely. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi had mentioned that this would be soon installed in a huge amount in Tamil Nadu as well as Karnataka to stop this problem. Israel government, as they had this problem, they also got to know wanted to get the reusing of water method, which is when you are using the water for washing your face, the same water can be used to clean your toilets. Like it, you can use a single waste of water can be used again. Like it anyway, it is going to get wasted, so there will be just a single use of it. So because of that, they got to know about the importance of water. They also educated the people around. They also mentioned like big five-star hotels and restaurants about not setting up fountains and keeping it look very extravagant and making looking pleasing, but instead they built very great historic monuments and different architectural style, but without fountains. And still, as fountains are there, it would increase the amount of water using of water too. And talking about the swimming pools too, they try to recycle the water in swimming pool instead of changing the water again and again. And they also installed a certain kind of system which is helping in reusing the swimming pool water inside the swimming pool itself. India has about in from 1990 to 2021, as we can see in the graph, there has been a steady increase in using of drip irrigation method, and it's been followed by most of the farmers. Uh, Here, talking about the Tamil Nadu and Cauvery dispute, at this particular situation, these drip irrigation system can mainly be used in these states where there is uh, water scarcity. If you talk about the northern part of India, they are being very much helpful with the northern flowing rivers. But with the help of this method, there can be better steady growth in India's irrigation method. About in 1990, there was about 0.07 million hectares of land being used on drip irrigation, but right now 6.32 million hectares, which is very high amount according to India's survey. And coming to India's, we actually covered about 13 states under the drip irrigation method, and about 20 to 50%, it is reducing the irrigation cost also. Not only it is reducing the water amount, it's also reducing the irrigation cost, and it is giving the farmers a successive as well as a great yield too. Yeah, thank you, friends.